there. So this is going to be quite a year for the city of Tukwila, and specifically with all the work that you have done, that community has done, that we've all done to get to this point to start building. At the end of this year, we will be under construction for 3 buildings: the Fire Station 51, the Justice Center, and Fire Station 52. We'll also have a significant amount of movement on the Public Works facility. So we wanted to give you a preview of what to expect this year, so that you know as things come forward and as the community knows what's coming forward as we go along. So at this point, all projects are on schedule. Fire Station 51 and the Justice Center are tracking to the adjusted budget. Of course, when we open the bids, that's when we'll know. But we're currently tracking. And there has been some discussions about alternates at 51 and alternates at 52. You'll remember with the admin space. All of that is really going to work itself out as we go through the bid procurement process and figure out what final numbers are. As you know, the Fire Station 52 and Public Works Programming Master Plan phase is in early design planning. We are focused on staying on budget. We have heard that from you. You will continue to see various contracts coming forward over these next few months. As the Public Safety Committee tonight can tell you, we had 3 today that are expected and as a part of the budget that you have already adopted. And then finally, as you know, the council provided us a goal for disadvantaged business and apprenticeship. And so we have an independent consultant working on that outreach. And next month, she will be coming and giving you a preview of all the outreach that's been done in that area. So high-level accomplishments, I'm not going to go through every one. Today, we actually did submit the building permit for the Justice Center, so kind of a big day today, just for getting that done. But as you know, we've done a lot of work to date. All of this kind of provides an overview of that. So I want to get specific on each project and what you can expect moving forward. Fire Station 51 is out to bid. Also a big milestone there is being out to bid, being on the street. We expect to begin construction in March. In order to meet the timeline that we have, we expect to bring to you, and this is after going through committee and after COW, but for review and action on March 18th, the MAC. You're going to hear a lot about the MAC. You're going to read a lot about the MAC and different things. That's maximum allowable construction costs. So the MAC is taking all the bids that come in and figuring out exactly what this is going to cost according to all the bids. So this March 18th date, you're going to see it again because it's a big one. We're also going to, during this process is when we're going to talk about the alternates that have been identified for 51. It's going to be important that we also keep the alternates identified for 52 involved in this conversation as we move forward as well. Looking at doing a groundbreaking in late March, early April. I know the council analyst did some review of schedules, really honing in on March 30th, hopefully. The following weekend appears to be around spring break, and I know with folks, sometimes that can be an issue, not just for the 7 of you, but for the community that we really hope come and attend and be a part of this. And we see the groundbreaking for 51 as really the public safety plan groundbreaking. It's bigger than 51. It really is the culmination of all of this work that has been done. And then finally, move in summer of 2020 is where we're currently slated. So Justice Center, similarly, we'll start bidding next month. We expect to do the early work starting in April. You will remember that the negotiated agreements that we have with the businesses is that they are to vacate by the end of March. We expect to get going right in April in order to keep on the schedule that we have. So for this project, and you're going to see it again for 52, you're going to have what's called a mini-MAC come to you first. And this mini-MAC is going to be a small package of demolition, site work, so civil work, and the elevator. And that stuff comes early because we need to get that stuff working more before we have, or underway, excuse me, before we have all of the information for the full MAC. So you're going to have this mini MAC come forward also on March 18th, so same timeline, as Fire Station 51. And then we expect the final MAC in May. So that's when we'll have the final numbers. We don't expect to do a groundbreaking because we are moving pretty quickly, but we expect to we'll have some sort of steel topping off ceremony, something along those lines where folks can come, sign the bar, the last piece of steel that goes in, something along those lines. And then move-in is expected winter of 2020 for this facility. Fire Station 52, this is also going to have a mini MAC, and this is because of the significant amount of excavation and site work that we need to do. We need to start that this summer. If we wait and start it in the fall, that would be significantly more expensive. So we are looking to do early site work to begin in July. That means that you'll have a mini MAC this spring, again, for civil and for elevator. Elevators apparently have a long lead time, that's why you put them in the front and in the mini MAC. Then you'll do review the larger full MAC in the fall, and we start construction in the fall with move-in early 2021. Public Works facility, the master planning is underway. Public Works staff on all levels has been involved in the master planning, and they've been really creative and really thoughtful about what they do now, what they need now, what they need in the future. We expect to present that master plan to you in May, and then we can identify initial improvements to existing buildings in late summer. So I just wanted to put here the kind of key council actions for you all, but also for the community, because we're going to have events here and again, want to celebrate these milestones that we've done. So the last thing I have is a quick animation of the rendering for the Justice Center for those who were not able to be at the most recent open house that we have. Our architects for the Justice Center put together this rendering, and I think it gives a great feel for what the building's going to look like, feel like, that sort of thing. So this is coming along TIB, going south on TIB, just to orient folks where we are. And then this is going north on the sidewalk in front of the building. So with that, we are happy to answer any questions you have. I know that your PMQA consultant will be providing you an additional presentation next week. So we're both here to answer questions if you have any.
All right, I will start on my left. Any questions, comments on my left?
Can I get a copy of that presentation?
Absolutely, and the rendering that you just saw is online. It's on, if you go to tukwila.gov/public safety plan,
okay,
you can see it there, okay, as well as renderings of the building, site plan, that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Councilmember Crowler? Councilmember Quinn? Councilmember Seal?
Yeah, I don't have any questions other than that's the first time I've seen the video, and that's really pretty amazing. And one of the things I really like about it is it just totally matches Tukwila Village. I mean, it's a great, I can picture it. You know what I mean? It's very nice. I'm sure I'm going to have a bazillion questions as we go on before we hit March.
Absolutely.
But this is high level, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Robertson.
Some days I feel really old. This is exciting, bring back memories that start with the community center, because I was on the council when we designed and built that, and then Tukwila Village, and now the Public Safety Center and a couple fire stations. It is really neat. Thank you guys for your work.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, my comments are, it's hard to follow, a hard act to follow that video that you had at the end. It's got a lot of wow factor to it. And the thing that I really like is the Duwamish River that's on the top, the squiggly line that's actually the Duwamish River, and I take it, you can see through it, right? It's clear and...
It's a perforated metal wrapping around the building, and so we're still working with the final design on what that is going to be. Is it the river? We've had designs, renderings where it's the hazelnut trees, that sort of thing. We're working on, what's that final expressive area.
Still to be refined.
All right, great. Yes, Councilmember Kroller.
Is there any chance that we'll involve our Arts Commission in the selection of what the art will be on that building?
We've been working on art around, and the Arts Commission is the next. I actually just had a meeting last week with the new artist in residence, and she is more of a performance artist than a visual artist. And as council members may remember, but just to make sure everyone's up to speed, one of the things that we really want to do is make sure that the parking lot area, as well as that plaza area that you saw in the rendering here, had a coffee cart in it. But what are things that we could do there, right, that could be experiential art? And so we're definitely looking at all possibilities.
I just would be grateful if you would stop at the commission whether the residence person has that speciality or not. This is a pretty significant building. I'd love their input.
Yep, thank you.